Hey guys, today we're going to talk about histograms, and this is on page 9 in your notes. So let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, a histogram is a graph that you can display data from what's called a frequency table. So a histogram comes from a frequency table. All right, and on a histogram, we're going to find one bar for each interval. The height of the bar shows the frequency of the data. Whoa. In the interval it represents, there's no space between bars, and the bars have equal width. All right, so let's see what that looks like. So here's our steps. First, we have to make a frequency table. Then we're going to use the frequency table to create the histogram. We're going to draw the bars on our histogram, and and then we're going to give the histogram a title and describe it in terms of their shape. So here's a couple shapes. So the first one is what we call uniform. And that means it's pretty much the same all the way across. The middle one is what's called symmetric. And that means it's basically got a center that you could kind of fold it in half and have it be, the same on both sides. And then the last one is what's called skewed. And that's when you have a slope down one side, or sometimes it comes down the other side. So that's going to be skewed, and we'll talk in a couple days about how we actually describe that. So here's an example of a histogram. So we're going to make a histogram of the ages of family members. So that's going to be our title. Oops. All right, we're going to put the ages at the bottom, and we're going to count the number of family members up the side. And that's typically what you do. You always count up the side. So the next thing we have to do, we're going to make a frequency table, which is what this is. And in order to do that, we have to decide how we're going to split this data up into bits and pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you we're going to split it up to 0 to 19. Then we'll use 20 to 39. Then 40 to 59. Then 60 to 79. And then 80 to 99. And that's going to be our intervals. And then we're just going to go through and we're going to count. So here's a 93, so we're going to put it here. A 6, we put it up here. And we're just basically going to make tally marks so we can count how many people are in each age group. So 12, 6, 70, another 70, 30, and I cross them off so I don't lose my spot, because otherwise I'll forget what I'm doing. 24, 20, and 28. All right, so we have 5 and the 0 to 19, and I'm just going to take each 2 boxes. So this will be 0 to 19. The next 2 boxes will be 20 to 39. The next 2 boxes will be 40 to 59. These 2 will be 60 to 79. And this will be 80 to 99. All right, and then we're just going to count up the side. There we go. So I got to get 5 for that first interval. So you draw the boxes and then you color them in. So 0 to 19 has 5. 20 to 39 also has 5. So you see how the boxes touch. You don't leave any space between them. 40 to 59 just has 2. And then 60 to 79 has 3. And then 80 to 99 has 1. So ideally you would draw those in different colors so they look a little neater. But you kind of get the idea there. So I would kind of draw it so that you could see the difference between them. All right. So anyway, then we answer the questions. Which interval represents the greatest number of family members? We have 2 intervals, each with 5. So 0 to 19 and 20 to 39. Both have 5. All right, how many family members are 40 years or older? Well, here's 2, and then 3 more is 5, and 1 more is 6. So 6 family members are 40 years or older. That's a 6. All right, and then describe the histogram. I would say it kind of looks like it's going downhill like that. So we're going to call that skewed. And then compare and contrast the histogram to a bar graph. We're not really going to do that, but really there's space between the bars in a bar graph, and there's not in a histogram. And that's pretty much it. So that's how you do that, and I think you have some practice to do. So if you have any questions, just let us know.